Right, this is Father Chaz again, and we are with the Sisters of?
The Renewal, Franciscan Sisters of the Renewal.
Great, and how has your World Youth Day experience been so far?
It's been unbelievable, yes, really good. All of our youth pilgrims are having an amazing time meeting all the other young people from the other countries. They're just loving it, absolutely loving it.
Excellent, and your names again?
Sister Veronica.
Sister Veronica.
Sister Catherine.
Sister
And I'm
Catherine.
Sister Ann Cattery.
And Catherine, beautiful names, and can you tell us a little bit about your apostolate, where you are, and what you do?
Sure, we are the Franciscan Sisters of the Renewal, founded in 1988, and we do hands-on work with the poor and works of evangelization. So Sister Veronica and I live in England. We have a missionary convent in England, and we're just reunited with our sister who lives in New York. We haven't seen her for quite a while, so
Great.
This has been an amazing experience too, just to be together and to be one family again.
That's great. And what are your hometowns? Sometimes it's hard to, like Sisters. Some people have never seen Sisters, and so it's kind of good to let them know they come from, different places.
I grew up in Waukesha, Wisconsin.
Waukesha, Wisconsin.
I grew up in Steubenville, Ohio.
Steubenville.
And Washington, D.C.
All right.
Yeah.
And what did you guys do before you became sisters?
That's a good question. That's a really great question. Well, yeah, go for it. Okay, well,
So it's a different thing.
Okay, that's a very good question. Before I was a sister, I was an Olympic speed skater.
Wow.
And I competed in the 1998 Winter Olympics in Nagano, Japan.
You never know who you're going to run into.
And then after that, I went to art school and I got a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in photography. And then in Toronto, World Youth Day, I met our community and I felt really drawn to become a sister, to be a bride of Christ. And so when I came to visit, finally, our community on a Come and See, I felt right at home, and I just joined in 2003, just a year after the Toronto World Youth Day.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's great. And what drew you when you said that, what drew you to be sisters when you were...
It was their joy. Their joy drew me to them, and their radical living of the gospel and that gospel poverty of St. Francis really very much attracted my heart, and I just wanted to give my whole heart, my whole soul, everything to Jesus in this way of life.
That's great. Anybody else want to share?
Go for it.
I did a number of different things. Before I entered, I was out of college for 6 years before I joined the Sisters. And it's funny, I did very similar work, working with the poor in Washington, D.C. and youth ministry, and then at a Catholic high school. A lot of the same things that we do as sisters, but so different. As a lay person running for my vocation, really kind of trying to prove to the Lord that I loved Him by doing all these things, but not giving Him my heart, which is what He was asking me for. So I found the beauty of saying yes to Him, being fully His as a bride of Christ, and it really changes everything that I do. Doing the same things, but with a totally different effectiveness, because I'm the bride of Christ now. It's consecrated. It's for Him.
Yeah.
A new focus, a new purpose.
Beautiful. So your heart was with the poor from the very get-go, but you wanted to consecrate that.
Exactly, and surrender everything to Him, and be totally His, and then have Him show me how to use my gifts and where to use them.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you, sister. Anything that you want to add, sister?
Sure. I guess I received my call to religious life very specifically and very powerfully when I was 19. I saw a sister walk past me one day when I was praying in an adoration chapel and heard Jesus speak really clearly in my heart. Would you live this life for me? And at that point, I was studying to be a nurse and sort of was on the path to be a nurse, I'll do the normal things, get married and have a family, and then really experienced a call, how to be a religious sister and to be a bride of Christ is a call and an invitation from the Lord that we get the opportunity to respond to, yes, wholeheartedly. but
Uh-huh.
really an invitation to be totally for the Lord, to be His completely.
Uh-huh.
So I finished my nursing degree. I spent a little bit of time working, a year as a missionary in Jamaica, and then a year to pay back my school loans as well, which
That's
before
a
I
big
could enter
thing
the
for
community.
a lot of young have school debt.
Yeah, but I knew it was very purposeful. I'm like, I'm working towards something. I'm working towards giving my life over to the Lord. And so these were all steps along in the way. After that initial call, it was 6 years before I actually entered the religious life and entered our community. I had visited and fell in love with our community, with the joyful life, the service of the poor, and the real fraternal life that I love, real family life.
Uh-huh.
But it was, it was a journey. It took me several years to actually enter the community because I had to pay back school debt, and there was just the time in Jamaica was really a life-changing experience, just of growing and maturing and getting to know myself more. So all these steps along the way before entering.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for sharing a little of your story, sisters. And this is the Franciscan habit. I'm going to step back a little so they can see. The Franciscan habit, obviously, it's a sign. Yeah, with the World Youth Day identification. The Franciscans have a special charism to the poor and really live out that preferential option of the poor that the church teaches. So we'll see you in... What is it? Cuatro Vientos. Okay. To see the Holy Father once again.
Yes.
God bless.